Welcome to Delivering the Experience once again with Umer Khan. Previous episode, last time around, I shared a great customer experience that I was a witness to in Houston. In this episode, I want to share an experience which I still cannot believe happened, that it transpired. And it happened between myself and a business, an organization that I do not think it would happen to because of the emphasis they lay on customer experience, conversation, communications, expectation setting, their overall demeanor, and how they conduct themselves. So last weekend, I went to the airport to drop my parents. And we get in the line. We had purchased one extra suitcase, paid for it. Everything was well under weight limit. The luggage, the checked baggage. As we get in the line, the lady at the gatekeeper at the start of that line asked us to weigh the carry-on items. So they had two hand carry items. So one was about 7.12 kgs, and the other one was about 6.0 some kgs. So she was like, "All right, fantastic. Please proceed." So we started walking. As we get to the counter, we were greeted with a smile, but no verbal, "Hello, how are you doing?" The conversation started with, "Where are you going?" "Well, we're going to Pakistan." "What's your final destination?" "Islamabad, Pakistan." "All right." And then she was like, "Passports, please." Gave the passports, no smile, no nothing, no eye contact. Gave her the passports. "Please, would you please put the hand carries on the weighing scale?" Well, actually, before that, she asked, "How many hand carries do you have? And how many passengers?" Well, we said two passengers and two hand carries. "And what about the bag?" She was referring to my mom's handbag, and then my dad had a laptop bag. So she's like, "Well, that is two items per person." All right. I was like, "Well, yeah, one hand carry and one personal item. That has always been the case. Whenever we travel, every individual is allowed that allowance, 7 kgs of hand carry item and a one personal item." And the first word that comes out of her mouth, first time in over 14 years of me traveling with this airline, "Oh, this is our policy." As soon as I hear that word, there goes the volcano, but I kept it, I kept the lid on. "All right, okay, it's your policy. But your colleague back there, she just weighed these and she said you're good to go." Well, she weighed them separately. She's new. She must not know. Another red flag, berating your own colleague. So she's like, "Okay, so which hand carry and which personal item belongs to which passenger?" So I was like, "All right, well, this dad's hand carry and dad's laptop bag, these are together. All right, would you please put these on the scale?" Put them on the scale. They're about 8 pounds. "Well, this is over. All right, can you put the other two items?" I put mom's bag and mom's hand carry on the scale, about 10 kgs or something. "Well, these are over. You're going to have to move stuff from these bags into your check bags." I was like, "Okay, but when did the policy change?" "Well, the policy has always been like this." Okay. At that point, I requested her to, "Can you please drop that attitude? And I'm trying to understand what is happening here. I've been traveling with you guys for what, 14 years now, and I just failed to understand. This conversation has never come up. And I always have a backpack and a laptop bag." "Well, you must not know." Okay. So at that point, I was about to lose it, and I was trying to stay very calm because I had parents with me. So I ask her, "So do you have a floor manager here?" So she calls a gentleman who comes up and says the same thing. "Well, how many items do you have?" "Well, we have two hand carries and two personal items." "Well, would you please put these on the scale?" Put them on the scale. Comes up to about whatever, 8 pounds or so. Well, this is over. Okay. Can you take some stuff out of it and put it somewhere else? Same thing. Deja vu. Weigh mom's items. Same thing. Well, this is slightly over, but can you put this somewhere else? I was like, well, I just explained to your colleague. And then one good thing he did was said, can I walk with you? Sure. So he started walking. I understand your concern. This has been in place for a while now. And I can help you on this separate set of scales. I can help you work your way through weight management. It's like, okay, now that's a better way of speaking without any attitude or anything. So long story short, we moved some stuff around. Our luggage, checked luggage, had some room, so we moved some stuff around from the carry-ons into the checked luggage. Everything got balanced, and we go back. Another gentleman takes care of things. Mom, dad's luggage got checked. Luggage on its way, mom, dad on their way. So I come back, and then I ask one of the folks who were managing that area for that airline, hey, I'd like to speak with whoever is the manager in charge here. And it just happened, it wasn't the person who said, I am the manager. So this another pair of colleagues, his colleague said, well, he is the acting manager right now, but I'm the manager in charge right now. Okay, another lie, just to handle the customer situation. No big deal. You took care of the things. So I started speaking with her, and the same things that I mentioned to him is what I want to share here is, and I still haven't mentioned the name of the airline. I will tell you the name of the airline. Is it is not about the policy. It is not about the hard facts, what is mentioned on the website. It is not about the dollar amount tied to the extra baggage. It is not about number of passengers traveling. It is not about the class that you're traveling in. Well, to a great extent, it is. Yes, that does change the way people behave. It is not about the brand of suitcases or the brand of clothing that you have. What customers see is how people representing an organization communicate, talk, give nonverbal cues through their body language and verbal cues. So the fact that this lady, dressed in all black, had a smirk on her face and she was just rolling her eyes and just being sarcastic all the time. Well, she must be new. She doesn't know. Oh, you dropped the attitude. I don't have an attitude. Well, that's the policy. You must not know. It's the attitude that you need to check out when you walk in, when you clock in for work, especially when the customer is trying to understand what is happening. Where's the disconnect? Did I miss something or something happened? So you don't throw the word policy at them. If you go back to my previous video from Hilton, that lady did not throw the word policy because third party had canceled my friend's booking. But here it was different. So I asked the manager or whoever the gentleman said was the manager that is she new? Well, she's been around for a while. Well, she is not a fit for your culture. And the airlines was Qatar Airways. Yes, the world's top rated airline. I've been traveling with them for about what, more than 12, 14 years. I've never heard the word policy from them. All the good things that I've experienced during my travel, I associated with Qatar Airways. So I told the gentleman, well, she does not belong with the culture, but the fact that you guys have her as part of your team tells me that someone who hired her or someone who trained her saw something in her because of which she's here. So you guys need to send her back to training. You guys need to send her back to a class where her attitude needs to be stripped, or she needs to be taught how to check her attitude and her ego outside the door when she walks into work for Qatar Airways. It's not Umair Khan Airways. It's not Jamie Jameson Airways. It's not Janet Airways. It's Qatar Airways. You are representing that organization. So that needs to be done. And also, if she has some problem in terms of communicating with people, she needs to be in an observation mode. Someone needs to show her how it's done, how conversations are dealt with, crucial conversations. Actually, that's also a book, Crucial Conversations. Everyone watching this video, you absolutely need to read that. And then another book, Mindset by Carol Dweck. These two books, Crucial Conversations and Mindset. So that lady needs to read. So these new hires, people you train, you need to teach them how to conduct these conversations, how to break the bad news, how to be soft and polite, yet be firm in terms of what needs to be done. Because not every passenger who's going to come through is in a mood to fight. No, not every passenger wants to score a free upgrade. Not every passenger wants to score free extra baggage. Not every passenger wants to score airline lounge free access. No, some passengers, they just want to have a good customer experience. And this lady representing Qatar Airways made sure that those 20 minutes were the worst 20 minutes of my experience with Qatar Airways. Hands down, worst. I've traveled with Qatar Airways through COVID twice. I mean, that experience was amazing. Under so much stress, when the entire world was under stress, you guys were amazing. So coming back to this colleague of yours. So you need to train her. You need to send her back to the training class where she needs to learn how to control her emotions and work with facts and work with empathy and assurance and relatability with a solution-oriented mindset, not the defeatist approach. Well, this is the policy, take it or leave it. Next customer, please. You are not in USPS, United States Postal Service. You are representing a world-class airline that boasts being number one. So you want to be able to make sure you deliver that experience. So long story short, I got the email because I will be filing a formal complaint. I want to make sure that when I go back to the airport, I do not have such experience either by the same individual or by someone else who might have been trained by the same individual or set of individuals because of whatever reason that happened. So again, coming back to mindset, how you speak with customers, how you handle the situation, the soft skills at play, the conflict resolution, the conflict management skills at play. And it goes back to people who are training folks who are in customer facing environment, customer experience. And depending on the response I get, I will see whether or not or to what extent I want to reconsider my travel plans with Qatar Airways. Hopefully, I will not have to ditch you guys because I absolutely love you guys, but I'll see how the response is and we'll go from there. So to bring it home, customer experience again, how you speak with customers, the kind of questions you ask the customers, the kind of tones and vocabulary you use with customers, even in a very pressure cooker situation, goes a long way in establishing goodwill for the customers who are about to embark on a 15-hour first leg flight and then about 4 or 5 hour second leg flight. And you just delivered a pathetic customer experience to that couple. What kind of impression they have of you, of the airline? So please do share in the comments if you've had any such experience, such adverse experience where your experience with the individual was completely opposite of what that organization stands for. I would love to know in the comments and how you handled that situation and how the organization responded to if you went ahead and filed a formal complaint, which I will be filing. I would love to see that in the comments. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. Once again, this is Umair Khan. Till next, take care.